So in this video, we're just going to go over how to install ArduPlane on the VOXL and then some of the parameters you're going to want to tune to get it flying. So the first thing you want to do is head to the ArduPilot website and then go to plane latest cert. And then there you'll see the VOXL ArduPlane deb. So download that. And then once that's downloaded, you want to ADB into your VOXL and then run an ADB push the deb you just downloaded into the /data directory. So do that. And then once that's done with an ADB shell into your voxel, then cd/data, then run the dpackage -i, the name of the deb you just downloaded. And then you're going to want to make sure that you've disabled or that you've stopped voxel px4. And then after that, you can restart voxel. You want to enable this at boot. You can disable voxel px4 and then enable voxel ArduPilot. They just can't run at the same time. And then after that's done, you want to head to QGC and you should have a connection to the voxel the same as if you were running voxel px4. So if you're in manual mode, you should be able to move your flaps. In order to do that, you're going to want to go into the parameters section and then look up servo. But basically, you map the servo outputs as you have them wired. In our case, we have the elevon right mapped to servo 1, elevon left mapped to servo 2, and then the motor is mapped to servo 3. Some things that we did that helped was for the servo, for the left and right elevon, we adjusted the min and max to be at the extreme, and then set the servo trim to be 1350 in the middle of 500 and 2200. This gave us the most range for the flaps. And then one thing to notice when you do that is sometimes it won't be exactly the servo won't be exactly in the middle how you had it. So you just readjust your servos so that when you're in manual mode, they should be perfectly level. You need to adjust your servos for that. And then another thing that we did was if you go to flying in FWBA mode, you can adjust the roll limit degree. So we had the best flights in FWBA mode, so you might want to, if it's rolling too much, you can lower this and get a little bit more stable flights. And then another thing to look out for with the after you've calibrated your ESC, and it can be different depending on which ESC you calibrated, you might still want to adjust the servo min and max. For us, we had to increase it to 900, as well as, but for our ESC, it would beep if it's below the range, and so we had to adjust it to be above the minimum, to be above what it was after the calibration. And then another thing was we put the trim at the lowest point so that it would, as soon as you arm, it would be at 0 throttle rather than like a flap in the middle. And then that's pretty much it for tuning ArduPilot on ArduPlane on the VOXL. I guess one thing, just check that you should be able to move your servos in manual mode without needing to arm. And then if you switch to stabilize mode, you should see the servos trying to stabilize the drone just by tilting it without needing to arm. And then everything else is the same. Connecting an RC is the same as PX4, and then as the calibration is also, it works a little differently with ArduPilot, but you can just follow the instructions on QGC.
So we're here out flying a fixed wing with the VOXL 2, running ArduPlane. We're going to take off in FBW fly-by-wire A, flip it over in auto mode, have it do its mission, then take control of it, land it. We'll see how it goes. All right, in 3, 2, 1. All right, switching to auto now. Oh, the bird's chasing after it.
Should come back.
They're still flying. There he is.
Wow.
All right. I switched it over.
Yeah.
All right, come